I was born in Honolulu, Hawaii. My childhood was pretty crazy and chaotic. And my mom was the only one working, and my dad had his own personal issues. We lived in the car at times. We lived with family members at times. It was very hard. I was diagnosed with bone cancer at 11. After I was done with that, I went back to school, but the kids were just really mean. Like, I didn't have any hair when I went back to school, and I was like limping, and I have a big scar on my leg, and they were just mean and bullied me. So I never went to school. I cut school, and I started drinking at the age of 16, and I just rebelled from there. In the midst of all my drinking and chaos, my dad came to live with me and told me he was depressed. I was 20 years old when he told me, "I just don't want to live, Savannah." And in a drunken rage, I told him that I hated him and that I wish he wasn't ever here. I mean, I said some really messed up things. When 2 weeks later, he drove his motorcycle into a tree. I had this guilt because I felt like I caused him to feel unloved. Like I added to his issue of already being broken. So I felt like I was the one that made him go off the deep end. I had so much guilt and shame that I just kept on drinking. So I was just living day to day, completely empty. I was just sick of it because I had this emptiness I was trying to fill, and I had a relationship with alcohol. And every day I thought that this time would be different, but it never was. And then it was just me and the bottle for a few years after that. Three years ago, I was sitting on my bed and I felt this desperation that I just didn't want it anymore. That was like the moment I completely surrendered. Like, I prayed. And I swear, I was on that bed and I just felt free. And the next morning, I checked the mailbox and my mom had sent me a new Bible, and I just started reading it every day, and I never needed alcohol anymore. I just fell more and more in love with him, with Jesus, and every time I think about his resurrection, I see that he took my sins and he gave me his righteousness. The guilt and the shame that I had most of my life, Jesus took that from me, put it on the cross. My soul is on fire for Jesus, and I just want everyone to know that you don't have to stay sitting in your guilt and your shame. You can give it all to him and he will make you whole.